What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? It's a real pleasure to be back here again to talk to you about some things that have been crossing my mind. Now, this isn't one of those homely videos where I sit here for 5 hours talking to you about a particular subject. Not doing that today. What I'm talking to you about is if you're actually an intelligent person, you can actually be really stupid. Okay. Now, I'm going to take myself in this category because I believe that I'm fairly intelligent. Okay. But I think the problem is with intelligent people is confidence. Okay. Confidence. Because intelligent people, they tend to see so many different perspectives in their minds. They're very cerebral creatures. They understand so much, but yet they cannot put much of it into practice because intelligent people are known to not be very practical, okay? And this is something that's a fad. Now, I know intelligent people that are very practical. And in fact, I'm very envious of these people because the level of ease in which they're able to implement their knowledge, their understanding into practical affairs, I just find that so fascinating because I struggle with that myself. Now, the only reason I struggle with this and the only reason you struggle with this is because you simply haven't greased the groove. Okay? What does that mean, grease the groove? It basically means you've not put it into practice. You've not actually trained yourself for that task. So, for example, let's say you are an intelligent person and you have a particular interest in a particular field. Let's say you've got an interest in, I don't know, history. You like history. You like learning about history. And you understand so much about history. You can, off the top of your head, you can remember events like anything. And you can talk about things for hours and hours and hours and give historical seminaries on the nature of political power and status and empire building. And you can see patterns and they just come forth and roll off your tongue without you having to do anything, without you having to try. You're an intelligent guy. You are. However, when it comes to actually educating others on this, when it comes to communicating this with others, when it comes to allowing the audience to understand a particular viewpoint and then be influenced into that particular viewpoint, well, that's a different skill now, you see, because now we're not just talking about your understanding of a topic, we're talking about persuasion, we're talking about influence, we're talking about public speaking, which requires a certain level of oratory skill. It requires you to be quite an engaging speaker. It requires you to be someone who is actually quite adept at social skills. And if you've not developed these things in yourself, guess what? When you go and stand in front of those people and give them that speech, they're gonna boo you out of the stage because you're not good. You're not actually effective. So if you then trained yourself as an intelligent person, if you realized, okay, well, I understand a lot about history and I've got a lot of value to give in this particular realm, how do I become an engaging speaker? Well, I need to become an engaging speaker. So then you start researching about what it takes to be an engaging speaker. You then start finding engaging speaking role models. What? You start finding engaging speaker role models. That's the correct terminology. You start to be observant of what it means to be, you guessed it, a great speaker. Your mind is focused on what it takes to be a great speaker. You start to notice great speaking in every single aspect of your life. You could see the child that's in front of you walks into the room. He's a 4 year old. What the hell does he know? But he might have a certain word that he says, which is an aspect of great speaking. And your brain must pick up all of the little dots and all the information. And you've got to focus. You've got to consciously use your brain. You can't just allow it to happen by wishful thinking. The world isn't a massive jerk off fest, where you just feel good without having to actually do anything for yourself. No, this is the big problem with people who are addicted to all kinds of substances and vices and who are lazy and wired themselves for instant gratification. Yeah, I'm talking to you. This is what happens, and if you want to be good at something, you've got to learn. You can't just expect to be good. I'm learning this at 25, but you could learn this when you're 19 or however old you are. I don't care. You could start learning this now. So Intelligent people usually have a reputation for being dull, lazy, and actually stupid in the sense of street smarts, in the sense of not being very practical people. And I know why. It's because they don't actually use their brains to accomplish any practical end in their life. Okay? Do you know what that means? I'll explain it to you. They don't actually want anything to materialize in their life. You see, they have so much knowledge and understanding, and they can see all these patterns. And if you're anything like me, you become an expert advice giver to other people. You can give them advice on a problem, and it will solve their problem, whatever it is. It will genuinely solve their problem, or give them a new perspective to take their lives, and you can genuinely improve people's lives for the better. That's pretty damn crazy, to be honest. But if you can't use it to improve your own life, now we've got a bit of a problem, don't we? And the problem, of course, is you're useless in your own life. And if you're completely lazy and you're always wired for self gratification or instant gratification and you just always want pleasures now, do you know what's going to happen? You're going to be a failure. You're going to be a disappointment. You're going to be useless and a failure and a loser. And I don't want you to be a loser. And I don't want to be a loser. I don't want anyone to be a loser, man. I think being a loser is one of the worst things you can ever possibly have. So if you've been given a gift, if you actually understand your own strengths and weaknesses, and you are starting to understand what it is that you want out of life, you're going to start to realize that you need to put yourself in those situations where you're going to learn and apply your knowledge and apply your mind into learning new knowledge and gaining new knowledge. And guess what? If you want to be street smart, and I believe every intelligent person lacks street smarts, or at least most intelligent people lack street smarts. The intelligent people who have street smarts, guess what? They've been on the street, aka the real world, for longer than you have, and that's why they are better at those things. But if you adeptly trained yourself in those things and applied yourself in those things, you would become better. But you have to expand energy, you have to expand mental and physical energy in order to get good at these things. And if you spend most of your life not expending energy in these things, guess what? It's going to be a bit of a learning curve. But I think that if you actually genuinely put your mind to it, it will sort itself out. Okay? So this is my advice to intelligent people out there. Stop being dull, stop being stupid, stop being lazy. I think that's the big curse of an intelligent person, is being lazy. You're lazy. Okay? And honestly, you're not aware of that ignorance that's within you because you're lazy. You're not willing to apply yourself. I believe an intelligent person can accomplish anything. And I don't know what your IQ is. I know that my IQ is I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think it's less than 100. I'm being humble there, but I don't think it's less than 100. I don't know how high it is, but I've done a test and I got 100, but I don't know how accurate that is. I don't think it's less than it. I don't know if it's above it or not. I don't know. You see, I genuinely need to see my own achievements in life to judge what my intelligence is. So if I apply myself to a particular goal or aim and then I accomplish that particular aim and goal, then I gauge my intelligence based on my achievement of that goal, as opposed to a number on an IQ test, which I honestly don't really believe in that. I don't think that that is a genuine or accurate assessment of one's own intelligence. But hey, scientists have verified it, so they know best, right? Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Okay, stop being lazy and intelligent person. English is great today. Stop being a lazy, intelligent person. Start being a proactive, intelligent person. Start putting your mind to certain things. Start to apply yourself into particular areas and watch how results take care of themselves, because your mind is a genius. All right? Adios, mi amigos.